Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rafe enters Jada's hospital room in Salem today and discovers she has vanished. When Leo hears a noise in the park, Jada appears and informs him that he is being taken into custody. When he attempts to talk himself out of it, Jada tells him that nothing is misunderstood. When he attempts to flee, he runs straight into Rafe. Back at the police station, Rafe shouts accolades to Dimitri while handcuffing Leo to the chair. Leo declines to answer their questions about where his boo is. He maintains that by saving a woman in distress and her child, he and Dimitri are heroes. Jada and Rafe ask him to elaborate. Leo provides more details, stating that he departed as soon as Eric showed up and that Dimitri took the infant to the hospital. I'm sure he's still there, watching over the little guy with him. Nicole and her child must be all right, according to Leo. I've never seen a cuter little human. When Leo informs Dimitri that he has been arrested, the latter picks up and becomes frightened. Tate comforts Holly as she worries about her mother over in the Demerit mansion. Just before EJ enters, they give each other a hug and look into each other's eyes. When Holly tells him she forgot to use the location finder on her phone, EJ loses it. Tate claims that they were advised to stay put and that Eric is out looking for Nicole after being called a juvenile delinquent for trying to stand up to EJ. EJ leaves, leaving the teenagers to worry even more. He wonders if it was just him or were they going to kiss until EJ spoiled it all, as she thanks him for being there. Are you serious at this moment? You're only interested in getting some after my pregnant mother goes missing. Is that right? She orders him to get the heck out, labeling him a disgusting womanizer. He retracts his apology for misjudging the situation and retreats with a sigh. Nicole tells Eric that Dimitri is the baby's father when she is still by the side of the road, flashing back to Leo and Dimitri assisting her in giving birth. Her child was a male. Eric, oh my God, my son is with Dimitri. She explains to him that Dimitri fled with just the baby because he was afraid to move her. At that point, she realizes Eric doesn't trust Dimitri and becomes anxious. Next, there's another flashback to the previous day. Nicole loses it even more when she realizes that Leo is also untrustworthy to inform Rafe that the fugitives have his and Nicole's baby. Eric gives him a call. However, there's no cell coverage. EJ appears, looking foolishly happy that he has a son, while Eric reassures her that she and her infant son will receive the assistance they require. When EJ wonders where their son is, Nicole and he are both ecstatic as he rushes to her side. Nobody says anything, and then EJ asks for clarification. Nicole demands that he get up, and EJ tells Eric to go take care of his own wife after he catches up. I'll handle it on my own. In her apartment, Sloan informs Melinda that things have changed. It's time to tell Eric the truth, but Dimitri is ready to knock with Nicole's infant just as she opens the door to depart. Due to their fame, they are able to identify one another, and Dimitri declares he needs Sloan's assistance. Dimitri is prepared to run since he believes Melinda is still the DA, and she demands to know whose baby it is. They naturally do a double take when he informs them the baby is EJ's after reassuring them. Dimitri tells them what transpired. He tried to head to the hospital, but the police presence was overwhelming. He hurried to Sloan, knowing she was adept at bailing dodgy characters out of sticky situations. However, as Sloan remarked, yes, but not in this way. Melinda catches him before he can run off again and advises him to calm down because he was trying to do the right thing. You are in the proper place. She motions for Sloan to accompany her and instructs Dimitri to leave the child with them. They will handle things from there. He gives Sloan the baby and leaves. Melinda has different ideas, but she wants to call the cops. She is not interested in the hospital or the police. This child might be the blessing you've been waiting for. Melinda is not kidding when it comes to keeping Nicole's baby, despite what Sloan believes. This is the end. Does Dimitri appear right after their adoption is terminated? Using Eric's child? Completeness. Dimitri is aware that this isn't theirs, as Sloan points out, but Melinda brushes it off. He and Leo are going to vanish forever, and no one will ever be the wiser. Like that, Nicole will be searching high and low for her kid. Melinda begins to devise a strategy to persuade everyone that Dimitri brought the baby to the emergency room, but it did not survive. She takes Sloan through Nicole Walker Demira's latest in a long line of maternal tragedies. Sloan despises Nicole, but that's very awful. She is incapable. Melinda refers to EJ as a monster and says he isn't fit to be Eric's parent. They'll pay off a dubious doctor with the adoption funds. Indeed, Sloan was successful in defending the shady physician against insurance fraud. You thought of all that just now. Melinda keeps her word when she says she will give Sloan a child. Stefan stops Paulina in Horton Square and says he needs to talk. He advises her to fire her new district attorney since he pursued Gabby. EJ is exacting revenge on the district attorney's office, even though she is innocent. And how exactly did you and your beautiful wife manage to ruin my new DA's previous position? She is ignored by Stefan, who calls her legal system a kangaroo court system. He apologizes when Paulina pushes back, but even though she feels bad for her sister, the police commissioner, she can't get involved in a murder case. She has no free hands. Paulina tries to walk away, but Stefan grabs her and pulls her back. If you don't want to pull back a nub, I'd take your hand off my arm. He retracts, says he's sorry, and offers to donate a substantial amount to her upcoming campaign, larceny. For his sake, she is going to act as though this never happened. Well, you really are a Demira, aren't you? He asks her after warning her that she is making a mistake she may live to regret. Yes, she just backed the wrong one, and so does his brother. When Nicole eventually finds herself in a hospital bed in the closing moments of the show, EJ enters and informs her that nobody knows where their son is. They will locate the baby, he swears. After learning that Leo has been taken into custody, Dimitri becomes terrified and simply freezes. When Eric gets home, a happy Sloan welcomes him and interrupts him to tell him that their baby boy was born tonight. Melinda shows the infant around her room, comforting him that his new parents will soon be coming home. Bonis did the best she could to cope with the heartbreak at the age of barely 19, but it meant, for the most part, keeping quiet and stuffing her emotions down. It turned out not to be the ideal strategy, she realized. When I started talking about my dad's death, things got better for me, she claims. Additional helpful items included treatment, my hubby, who inspired me to look past my guilt, our final conversation on the phone with my father, and the priceless memories. Days of our lives also had an impact. She goes on to prepare for the role. I took a parenting class after my character became a mother, where I thought back on how the parenting done to me has molded me into the adult I became. Working with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has allowed me to meet other families affected by suicide, which has also helped me move forward. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.